The year was 1761. A ship, the Utile, was sailing across the dangerous Indian Ocean. Packed below the deck, in terrible conditions, were 160 people from Madagascar. They were stolen from their homes and forced to work as slaves. They had no idea their nightmare was just beginning. Huge, angry waves tossed the ship around like a toy. The waves crashed against the side of the ship, making a scary, loud noise. Then, disaster struck. The Utile, broken by the storm, crashed onto the shore of a lonely island, Tromelin. The island, a tiny spot of sand and bushes in the huge ocean, wasn't a safe place. It was a mean trick, looking beautiful but hiding danger. The people from Madagascar, hurt but alive, were stuck. They were trapped by the mean ocean and the empty land. Their hope, like the broken pieces of the ship, was lost on the unforgiving shore. The French sailors, scared for their lives, quickly built a simple raft. They promised to come back. But for the people from Madagascar, left alone and forgotten, this was the start of a terrible fight to stay alive. Tromelin was a hard place to live. The sun was super hot, burning skin and making the sand too hot to touch. Fresh water, the most important thing for life, was something they didn't have. The island, empty and mean, didn't offer much food. Hunger made their stomachs hurt, reminding them how close they were to dying. The ocean, like a wall around their prison, didn't help. Fish were hard to find and the water was dangerous. Every time they tried to escape, they failed, feeling even more hopeless. Fear was always with them. It hid in the shadows and whispered in the wind. The crashing waves reminded them of the storm that took their freedom. The huge ocean showed them how alone they were. Every day was a fight against nature, a struggle to find food and water. They were barely surviving, their lives hanging on a tiny thread of hope. But the human spirit, like fire, is hard to put out. The people from Madagascar refused to give up. They held on to life, powered by a tiny bit of hope and a strong will to live. They dug deep into the island, looking for fresh water. Their hands, rough and bleeding, finally found water. A well, their lifeline, was created. Using the broken pieces of the Utile, they built simple shelters. A little bit of order in all the chaos, a sign of their strength. The women, still brave, took charge. They became mothers, sisters, protectors, helping each other survive. They searched for food, using their knowledge of plants to find things to eat. They learned to fish, fighting the dangerous water, their courage shining brightly. They built a new community, connected by their shared pain and their strong hope. These weren't slaves anymore, but survivors made stronger by hardship. 15 years of silent struggle. Years turned into 10 years. 10 years felt like forever. The French sailors never came back. The people from Madagascar, fewer in number now, fought against nature and the sadness of being forgotten. The world had forgotten them, leaving them to die on this lonely rock. Sickness, a silent killer, came to their camp, taking the weak and the sick. Hunger, always there, made them weaker, but they kept going. They learned how to make beach rock, showing how smart they were, using what little they had to make simple tools and even an oven. They kept a fire burning, a symbol of hope, a sign that they wouldn't give up. They held on to the stories of their home, the memories of their families, a small light in their long, dark night. These memories, shared with each other, helped them to survive, reminding them of who they were and where they came from. A beacon in the darkness. Then, in 1776, after 15 long years, a ship appeared. The Dauphin, led by Captain Jacques-Marie Boudin de Tromelin, found the island that would later be named after him. On the beach, a group of very thin people, their bodies covered in scars, their eyes showing amazing strength, 7 women and a baby girl. They were the last of the 160 people, a powerful example of how strong humans can be. Their rescue was big news in France, a story of unbelievable hardship and amazing strength. It reminded everyone of the terrible things that happened during slavery. Their story, even though it started with sadness, became a symbol of hope, showing how strong people can be even in the worst times. Even when everything seems lost, the desire to live, to hope, to love can win.